Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. I didn't know if we were going to make it. It's a very weird energy today. It kind of comes in with weird science. I feel like we're at a standstill. Like there's just this void of energy. It feels like we've come to a complete standstill. I feel like it's the universe just shifting. So anyway, but I just feel so sleepy, so tired. So if I can stay awake, you can have a reading out of me. We're going to play with the Witch's Tarot. I feel like I'm going to do a Celtic cross. Okay, I've got the chills, so yes, I believe that's a good sign, a good omen to do a Celtic cross. We're talking about this. This is the challenge. I want to say, what is it that we're leaving behind? Where is it that we currently stand? Where are we moving into? Where are we moving into? And it feels like the energy, if we're at a standstill, what's going on behind the scenes that they can tell us about, that we need to know? Okay. That's not necessarily what you want to know. It's just what you need to know about what's going on behind the scenes. How this may be affecting you and your emotions, how your feelings will be affected during this time. I feel like every muscle in my body is aching. No, that's a lie. Well, now I'm feeling like every muscle in my body is aching. This morning the energy was it was nice. And then it's kind of gone tired. It's gone tired. There's no kind of get up and go. Okay. So how could this energy be affecting you and your feelings? Okay. How this energy could be affecting others. Is that all we're adding? I didn't know whether or not to say how this energy may be affecting others who are around you. This just feels like it's not including them. It feels like you have your own little bubble where you're at a standstill. So what's happening with the people outside of that bubble? How is this energy affecting them? I've got lower back pain. It's a little remote control car going outside. Remote control. Okay, so people outside of the bubble, they're like robots, and they will be, because I felt like the back pain, it's like, okay, they will be struggling. Now, this card, I normally ask about hopes or fears, and it's like, well, I'm only pulling one card. I want to see how the balance is at the moment, because we know that we have to kind of conquer our own fear and then help others to conquer the collective fear. Little birdie chirping out there. So I want to kind of see what the balance is like at the moment, where you've kind of got, is it kind of toppling in our favour? What's going on with the percentage of the hopes or fears? Hopes and fears. Let's just pull a card, that's for the hopes. And this is for, so that message is for the hopeful people who are at a standstill, and then there's a message for the fearful ones, apparently. There you go. And let's have a look at the potential outcome of this reading. I'm going to have to check to make sure I'm recording. We are 422. Love it. That's the time I went to bed this morning. I know that for sure. Because I remember plugging my phone into charge, and it said 422. And I thought, that's interesting, seeing as 11, 11, 22 will come up in number 4, the Emperor. I'm extremely tired. I've had a lot of sleepless nights. I think it's all just caught up with me. Let's have a look at what we're talking about. We're talking about the Divine Feminine. I'm not going to really channel the cards just yet. Let's get the story out. We're talking about the Divine Feminine, Nine of Pentacles. The challenge is the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like that's another little card. That one was faster than the first one. It was more sleeker. I felt like because it's the Seven of Pentacles, the challenge is, that's a masculine here. He's 2 steps behind you. Okay. What are we leaving behind in the past? The Hangman. I feel like we're leaving behind indecision. Hanging around. There's no more hanging around. If we're leaving behind indecisions, then it means we're trusting and following our intuition. We're being our own guide. How do we currently stand? We currently stand in the middle of heartache and break and storms, terror. At the moment we stand in the middle of broken-heartedness. What are we moving into? The Four of Wands, the 11-11 card, the connection, a time of celebration, joy. This is within the community. It's the connection, the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. What's the system behind the scenes that we need to know about? Nine of Swords. I feel like you're being protected here, Divine Feminine, from the energy vampires. Like you've been put in solitude for your own safety. Why? Because out there it's heartbreak. So I feel like this does talk about an energy vampire. So you may feel as if you've been sucked of your energy. This would be ideal. She actually has bite marks in her neck. And I'm feeling my energy has been like drained. It's like, well, that's where I personally need to, okay, what do I need to do? Feeling like this. Because I still want to be able to function. Okay, so it's a real nice energy of learning how to nurture yourself and take care of your own needs when you're kind of like, okay, where's my happy today? It's like, and when I had my cup, it's like the poppy, and it took me to kind of like a poisonous energy. So what's going on behind the scenes? This kind of energy. It's a bit draining. Now, this card here was how you may be feeling during this time of transition. I feel like you may be feeling overwhelmed in love. I most definitely, that's why it's quite nice, because whilst I'm like feeling very tired, like I could just lay my head on a nice feather pillow and spend all day but I've been doing things as well, so I've kind of been doing my role, but I've been doing it in such a leisurely way, and it's like I just feel completely loved. It's like there's not an absence of love, it's just there's a presence of comfort. So how you may be feeling: engulfed in love, protected. It's like this wave's just protecting you. Looks like a little ramp here. Skateboard ramp. You're going to go, anything that comes is going to kind of go up. I feel like I can kind of turn back on itself. That's nice, because that's like bad karma. So any bad karma that comes towards you, it just kind of repels off of this wave and returns to sender. So there's definitely this energy of you being protected, because the energy out there, you could get easily drained. So if you feel absolutely knackered for no real reason, and you're like, okay, how could this be affecting, interesting. I said, how could this be affecting other people? But I felt like it wasn't in your bubble, like the people that are immediately with you, it's outside of that. I'm wondering whether or not that is the collective energy of Divine Feminines, but I feel like we're actually all in the same bubble. And these other two feminines here, I'm not like judging on how people look and whether or not they look like a man. But the two that are kind of facing each other, they just look very fake. They look like masculines that are dressed up as feminines. And then you have the feminine here in the centre. So there is a celebration within the feminine energy, how this is affecting others. I feel like very much Divine Feminine, as you've learned how to nurture yourself. I mean, the Divine Masculine has to learn to embrace his Divine Feminineness. Divine Feminines, we're only just learning how to embrace ourselves. Like, we've been in our masculine energy we kind of like know that one. It's like good and proper. But when it actually comes into relaxing into your Divine Feminineness, how on earth can we expect our Divine Masculines to do it when we're still finding the way there ourselves? So it's a really nice energy here of the actual masculines finding the feminine within them, finding that balance. It's a loving, nurturing energy that you wish to just share, and it's within all of us, as is the masculine energy, and it's a learning about balancing them. So Divine Feminine, it's like I feel like you could be taken, like, not out of it, but it's like you might feel very lethargic and need to rest, and that's why, because you need to find this balance, how to handle this energy. Let's have a look at the guidance for hopes, all the hopeful ones. All the hopeful ones, Two of Wands. Interesting, because it was kind of saying to me partial success, and that's you, Divine Feminine. You need to do your part to be a success. You really do need to take ownership and accountability for yourself and your emotions. Okay, and knowing when to rest. So this Two of Wands here, sorry, it took me to partial success. There is a masculine here, and he does look secure. Why? Because you're secure. And then it just feels like the offer of adventures will just flow. He's got a wand here, this ribbon's just flowing around him. And a pussycat on the lookout. The amount of times Jasper just comes and sits on my lap, and I said to Jamie yesterday, is it just quite normal for this cat to just be sitting here purring away? And I keep catching him looking out of the cat flap, like he's looking out of the door. And he done it again today. He just sat here. It's like he comes at the perfect time. Okay. Hopes. It's like look for the messages. But there's a bit about doing your part here, finding your balance with the 11-11. So you have it. It's about there being two like wands, two crutches, and it's about you finding your own stability. It is interesting how the Divine Masculine could be offering you actually like some help, assistance. Okay, so when it comes to the fear side of it, what's going on with the fear, this is about people not having any vision. This is the planner, the Page of Pentacles, who plans for the future. Fear is very frightful about what the future holds. And we create our own reality. So, it's like you're only going to attract the world that you dream up in your mind. And things seem really bad out there at the moment, by the cards. I'm not actually even too sure. I've been keeping myself to myself. So I'm not even too sure what's going on out there. I did go out earlier because I said to Jamie, there's kids that come past. I said, I didn't think any children were at school. That's what I thought. But I think there might be nursery children. So I went out, I said, I'm going to go out and just have a look. How old are these children? I said to him, they're only about 4 or 5. They're little tots. And do you know why I love hearing them? They're just always so happy. I said, them kids are just so happy. They're always joking and laughing as they walk. There's about a dozen of them. And it's like the teachers from the school are taking them to some kind of drop-off point. I don't know how it works. I don't have children that are in school, especially not that young anyway. So, okay. I don't know why I said that or what that means. Oh, what's it like out there at the moment? I don't actually know. But I can feel it and sense it, that it's not good. You can see kind of, well, you pick up little bits and pieces, you overhear things. Let's have a look at the potential outcome. Six of Cups. This is nice because this feels like them little children. I was quite pleased. I thought, no matter what's going on, them little ones are happy. It's like the little, I even said to Jamie, just let whoever that is come in the cat flap. I even said to Jamie, oh my goodness, like, I wonder what it's like to be around like these little ones at the moment. What's their perception of things, on things. And I just felt like these little ones are being protected. I just felt it was strange that they were little ones that were mixing. I haven't seen any teenagers. No secondary school children. Okay, but these little ones, oh no, they're walking the streets like, it's like nothing's changed for them. So it's cute. You see them holding hands, just having a little chat. I actually went to the gate today, but I've got to watch these kids. I even shouted in the house. It's like, Jamie, they're only all their little tarts. So cute. Anyway, the things. See, this is what I'm being led to today. Like, is things that brighten up, like make me smile, that just overwhelm me with love. Seeing little ones and how this didn't seem to be affecting them. So some of us, I feel, are protected and kind of, yeah. And this is what we're working towards. This is the underlying energy of it all, and that's the legacy. Look, there's even a little baby here, so I feel like our babies are so protected, our future generations. And we are protected as light workers. Why? Because images and experiences like that, you notice, and it fills your heart, and that's a collective love that's being shared. So can we have a look at this a bit more deeply? I have the Rider-Waite Tarot. I also have the Lover's Oracle and the random cards. So we're talking about the Divine Feminine. I feel like I've got a runny nose. We use the Rider-Waite Tarot. I do feel like I'm going to be reading from the book, but first I want to get a story before it's clarified. By the Witch's Tarot Companion, before it's clarified by my companion over there. 9 of Pentacles, Divine Feminine. We have this, okay, no it's not. We had the 2 of Wands. We now have the 3 of Wands. I felt it was the same card for some reason. I think they came up together yesterday. Okay. There's 5 Wands there. It feels like willing to fight for the Divine Feminine. That's spiritually. The Wands are about your connection with spirit, your passion, your purpose. Oh, hold on, where did that go? Let's put that back. And again, it's the legacy that we're talking about, wanting to actually fight for the legacy, for the... Oh, that's nice, for the companionship. So I feel very much as if the Divine Masculine is thinking about you, Divine Feminine, and you being his companion. Why did she drop? undercover. And so very much about coming out in the open rather than hiding this. Oh, I actually picked up that earlier. I thought, what is this weight? And it felt like it's the weight of carrying an affair. It's like if the affair's out in the open and, you know, even if nothing come of it, but the truth was out, that's kind of cool. At least the truth's been told. And that's a weight. I mean, you have to go through the bullshit that brings, but there is a weight that's lifted. But then there's the other type when you actually have an affair with someone, it doesn't work out, and you kind of go on, and one of you might stay with the partner, or you both might stay with a partner, but it's a secret that you're carrying. And it felt like a heavy weight of secrets to have to live with that. Even if nothing came of the affair, it's still the fact it occurred. So I felt there was this lot of weight about secrecy. Right, so, okay, 2 steps behind, I felt like here, the Divine Masculine with the 7 of Pentacles. Oh no, I don't want to move on yet. Okay, we can do both of these together. I feel like the Divine Masculine here is looking at how the Divine Feminine has done this, and she's found her independence. Feels like he wants to manifest the same life for him. It's like if the Divine Feminine can do it, so can he. Okay. But he's 2 steps behind you. But first of all, I want to get the Lover's Oracle. Oh, okay. This is about fighting for the connection and understanding it. It says your passion ignites. And I spoke about the wands being the passion. So, twin flames, understanding the connection, the legacy and what's available it's via 2 people. It's a twin flame connection. Okay, so the passion's been ignited for the legacy and also for the Divine Feminine. I've got some more cards here. Embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces. Again, looks like the yin yang. My shoulders are really heavy. Romance, that's probably Cupid's arrow striking. Romance, Cupid, arrow strikes. And then the last card, a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. Divine Masculine, 2 steps behind. This is just what I feel. I was going to read about the Divine Feminine. Yeah, let's read about her first. Procrastination. Divine Masculine. It's okay, let's speak and see what the Divine Feminine's up to here. That's what's wanting to be talked about, the Divine Feminine. She's up for discussion. Okay. So when the 9 of Pentacles blooms in your reading, and oh, how you've bloomed, Divine Feminine, I'm adding that part, just because I can. It tells of a day. It doesn't. It tells of a time, but I'm saying there's a time and a day, and there's a time of day. When the 9 of Pentacles blooms in your reading, it tells of a time of joy and abundance. This tarot card, classically, represents a person who is elegant, successful and happiest when surrounded by beautiful things in nature. It symbolises a witch who taps into the element of earth to receive their powers. No matter what their title may be, garden witch, green witch, or magical herbalist, this is an earthly, practical person who enjoys nature, makes and keeps a beautiful home, and grows a magical garden. In addition, this card represents sharing the magic and the secrets of the garden with others. And I'm talking about this burden. The song came on. I've been listening to music and thinking, okay, what's the kind of train of thought here then? and secret lovers came on. We shouldn't be together, but we can't let go because we love each other so. And it's like, well, then surely you should be together then, should you not? So it was kind of like the heavy weight of it, about keeping it undercover, being secret lovers. And it's like, that's not good for the soul. So we're all kind of finding out. In addition, this card represents sharing the magic and the secrets of the garden with others. You are being called upon to connect to the earth and to study its mysteries. Finally, the Nine of Pentacles can represent that financial worries are over. It heralds a time of creative focus, confidence, and personal growth. You are looked after, Divine Feminine. You have no fear. Help is near. Always. It's always nearby. Okay. So we read about the Divine Feminine. Awesome. Let's put that down. Random. We can always do a bit of random. And, okay, we've already got the card. It left it behind. Random. Something you've left behind. Greed. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it, to leave behind? How you've blossomed. You're not greedy, Divine Feminine. You just so loving. Well, let's have a look at your, these are the emotion cards. You're bored? Who is bored? I feel the Divine Masculine is bored without you. Bored. Left behind the greed. One more. Feels like it's boring without you in his life. Flirtatious. That's what he misses. The flirting energy. Seven of Pentacles. In this lighting, there's three pentacles that are kind of shining at the bottom now, which really suggests the Three of Pentacles, which is working in partnerships with like-minded people. It looks like you're sharing the same body here. Your heads are together here. Also here, are you whispering thoughts into the masculine's mind? And then your minds are kind of, you joined at the shoulders, joined at the neck. You're joined at the shoulders, aren't you? Challenge. What are you thinking about? You're thinking about how all this will work. All I can hear is the cogs in my clock, just all the wheels, the mechanism of it all. How is this going to work out? Is the challenge. There's a challenge here about actually surrendering to spirit and trusting that the divine will take care of your needs. It's a Nine of Wands, which is being spiritually strong. There's no other way, really. You're just going to have faith and trust. And if you can't really find that, then I do believe that the Divine Masculine has faith and trust in you, Divine Feminine. So you need to have a strong head on your shoulders. And then we have the King of Cups. Yeah, so there is this energy of wanting to actually be the king of love, just not really sure about the knowing about how to go about it. He's like on this concrete chair, throne, if you want to, a concrete throne, and it looks like it might like sink. Putting concrete like that, he's sinking. That's what the challenge is. He feels like he's sinking. I was taken to the ring, and it felt like he did want to express something about this companionship. And passions here. So I feel like he is feeling, although this is like kind of like the challenge, there is the passion inside. It spoke about Cupid's arrow strikes. Your passion has been ignited. So I feel like a divine masculine, well, what's happened in the past, what we're leaving behind is procrastination, hanging around, choosing not to do anything when the pentacle's being dangled there and you're seeing all the signs. Not only do you see the signs, I feel like you see all the I just felt a very negative energy around with this bird. I feel like if you don't take it, it's going to be nabbed from you. Okay. There's the energy of actually the masculine here, you know, trying to untie his back. Untie his back? What's he in a straight jacket? Untie your front, wouldn't you? I don't know. Listen, I've not actually been put. I reckon I've done it around the back also. I don't know. I've not been put in one. A straight jacket. So alignment. I feel like he's trying to undo whatever's kind of binding him behind. Someone has his wrist tied. Well, that's what we're leaving. He's figured out. It's like he's unknotted himself. Okay, so there was I've got the star energy, but I'm feeling as if interesting. I'm feeling, first of all, I felt it is a bit of a karmic energy and untying yourself from something. And it was like, no, he's looking at this star. He's actually going to put in the effort for the divine feminine. I feel like it's the divine feminine. Let's have a look, because he's carrying a heavy burden. But this is the past. I feel like, okay, this could be a karmic energy. It's the first thing that came into my mind was a karmic energy. So this is what the divine masculine's leaving behind, is actually untying himself, going towards like the wrong star. And it feels like draining, like pouring your life away. This one doesn't even have her head held up. And then the actual pressure, the burden of carrying this. It feels like keep trying towards the toxic energy, and that's what's being left behind. Too much of a burden to carry. That's the past energy. Let's have a look at the past energy's emotion. It feels like they don't want to talk about it. Yeah, they're disgusted. Okay, so disgusted with the whole situation. I feel like there is this element of being disgusted with yourself and having to carry that around with you. Current energy is a lot of shit's going on out there. Heartbreak, heartache. It could be people splitting up. There's two fairies there. One's being sent away. I don't actually know what the statistics are. But like whether the rate of divorce, of people filing for divorce, has increased. It's not something I really need to look into. But there's definitely this energy of actually realising your own worth, getting over it. So what's going on? Current energy, you've got the divine masculine looking at love. And I feel like looking at future companion, feeling his worth. Even the horse is kind of looking and said, wow, this has kind of happened out of the blue. Well, it's happened out of the dark night of the soul. That's what's happened. And it's been very dark, hasn't it? It's starting to lift now. So looking into the future, you've got the connection, the 1111. It's definitely to do with the feminine's energy being balanced, because she kind of tames the masculine energy. So you have to be a strong divine feminine energy in her gentlest form. 4 of Wands. Divine masculine will incorporate that and be tamed naturally. And we have the 2 of Wands again. in the future. Okay. He's got part of his 11 stable. He's got this wand here, wanting to offer. I felt like that. If you're hopeful, if you're with the hopes or fears, he was offering the wand. And so I felt like it is a masculine that wants to offer assistance to you, Divine Feminine. Why? Because he's proud. You've blossomed. Okay. Have we got anything? We've kind of skipped. Okay, these. Am I meant to? Yeah, we're going to have a look at this energy behind the scene. It's like what you need to know. So let's read it. 9 of Swords. This is the Drama Queen card. When it turns up in a reading, it symbolises a person who is always having a crisis or causing drama in coven dynamics or social situations. I feel like actually the Divine Masculine is protecting you from this. Whatever he's dealing with in his world, it could look a bit dark, but he's trying to look for the look of love in all things. Okay. They may be an emotional or psychic vampire, or they themselves could be the willing victim of such an attack. And I feel like the Divine Masculine could be dealing with a psychic vampire and has been their victim. All that's changing. Okay. As this is the 9 of the suits, it also symbolises that you are near the end of a problem. Things have reached their peak and should begin to settle down, as long as you do not give way to dramatics. Decide to pick up the sword, to be proactive, and to defend yourself and your personal energies. And that's exactly the guidance for the Divine Feminine here. Furthermore, this card can represent the karmic repercussions of poor judgment or the backlash from a manipulative magical act. I think of this as a card. I think of this card as a perfect illustration of painful magic that has returned to its sender 3 times. That's why you don't want to get involved in that, Divine Feminine. There could be things that are coming your way and it's just like, ooh, back. Not just back, it's like, and it's like Divine saying, you don't do that to the Divine Feminine. To a beautiful child of love and light. I don't think so. So you're being protected, Divine Feminine. How nice. It may not be pleasant for the Divine Masculine, but he may have been a victim, but it feels like he's taking that t-shirt off now. He's got his positivity, like I am happy on. Okay, but you're to be defended. Your energies and yourself is being defended by the Divine. Okay. Right, let me pull some more cards. Let's have a look at the Rider-Waite. I felt like I had to gasp for a breath again then. You understand that, Divine Feminine. Was that a sigh of relief? What's assisting behind the scene? Your intuition. You know when to just keep yourself to yourself. You are protected here with those 2 pillars. And then we have the masculine who's resting and healing himself, and Divine is bringing the balance and justice to both of you. You're both in a really nice space here. It feels like you're both healing. That's what's going on behind the scenes. Preparing for each other. The hand's itchy. But I kind of want to itch it with the same hand. Passion. Behind the scenes, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. I told you the Divine Masculine, he's got a nice energy around him. He knows that. He's taken a good look at himself. He sees his worth. Okay. And it's like every day he's trying not to forget it. That's really good. Remember your worth. So, a random card for behind the scenes. Now this reading's gone a bit all over the place. Behind the scenes is SOS and daughter. I actually feel like saving the daughters of Christ. Interesting. The daughters of Christ. I wouldn't normally say that. I would say, I felt like saying maybe, well, do we say God? Do we say divine, the creator? It's like, no. The daughters of Christ their souls are being saved. Why? Because I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. You gotta love a bit of School of Rock. Sorry, a bit of Whitney. There you go. Give credit where it's due, Lucy. Yeah. So, actually behind the scenes is you being protected by this wave of love. I want to get moving with this reading now. Finishing it off. How you might be feeling, you'll know you're protected. And that was how we ended yesterday's reading with Our Lady who prevents interference. And it's like the power that comes with someone who understands that their divine protection is amazing. The Divine Masculine has some things to sort out. He's in the Hermit. It's like you are shining extremely bright Divine Feminine. It's very attractive. There is a magnetic and seductive quality that surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. So I feel like you're not even trying. It just occurs. It is what it is. Okay, so it just feels like you're coming off as being very appealing to the masculine. He has this longing energy with the Seven of Pentacles. I felt like he's a couple of steps behind you. He's keeping that 2 metre distance. That's what he's doing. So that could be an issue, social distancing. Okay. Because he has, I'm going to say, children in the boat here, and then you have a feminine that he's trying to talk to about love. I actually feel like this is more of a karmic energy. So it's like how this may be affecting, like you, Divine Feminine, you're protected, but then the masculine's coming up with having to do some explaining about love being toxic. Love's not toxic. Love is love. Fear's toxic. So this could be kind of pointing out that this isn't love. This is fear. This is toxic. To someone, the children are kind of hiding, the little cherubs. So it's a conversation that might not be easy to have. This person may pull out, the victim card. So, but Divine Feminine, this energy will suck you dry. And the Divine Masculine, he's strong enough. It's his situation. He can get through this. And he will get through it. Why? Because he has passion. His passion has been ignited. He's kind of knowing what kind of companion, what company he wants to be keeping. Like moving on into where we're going. God knows where we're going. So now we have the Three of Cups, how this energy could be affecting others. And I feel the Divine Masculines are embracing love. Okay. There's conflict. How this will be embracing others because the Divine Masculines are so feminine, balanced. They're respecting themselves. And anyone that's not showing them respect as divine, no, we're not here to settle for crumbs. It's like, I'm keeping the wrong company. You want to be with people who support you through your changes and to watch you evolve. And so it's just pettiness here. And I feel like evolving from being boys into cross-dressers energy. Crossing over into their feminine energy. And what's it feel like to be a feminine? You feel so loved. And you just give and it just comes back and you're taken care of when you need to be taken care of. And it's pretty amazing to be a feminine. Okay, that was a bit deep. So let's have a look at the Lovers Oracle. Well, I'm not going to take, that was half a deck. What's it like to be in the other half's energy? Stressful for a masculine? Like for a feminine to feel the masculine's energy? Yeah, you guys. It's not easy for the masculines of our world. You know, they don't actually make it easy on themselves, but that's besides the point, isn't it? It's tough for the masculines to be able to open up, embrace love, to not... The masculine as a collective has been extremely hurt and emasculated. Feminines are very strong. Like, they're taken over. They have no respect for the masculines. Why? Because they don't understand them. And you've got to take time to get to know the masculine energy. And you become aware that that's actually, you know, half of you, whatever gender you are. It's about being a balance. Okay. So there is a, look at this, a reflection here. How this is affecting others. So kind of like outside your bubble, which would kind of be like your divine masculine, unless like you are in union. But, or you might just feel that you're merging into the same bubble now. Okay. Hey, are you in my bubble? I'm just on the other side. It says emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So I feel there's been a surrender here. The masculines are cheering. Let it all go. This bickering will be resentment, won't it? Resenting things. When you resent something, you're not actually like enjoying in spirit. You're not in spirit when you're doing it. That's why we should never do anything that we may later on go on to resent. You do it just through love, because that's what you are. So let's have a look at hopes or fears. Hopes is, it does look like that there's opportunities abound for adventure. And it does look like assistance from the masculines coming in. On the side of fear, well, let's see what cards want to come out. It feels like very much like on the side of fear, well, it's time that you start planning for a brighter future, if that's what you're really aiming for, things to blossom. Okay, you've got to believe that things will blossom. We have the grumpiness energy, the stubbornness, so there is an energy of some are stubborn, yes they are. Why? Because it's about handing it all over to the divine. We saw the card of spiritual strength. You have to wholeheartedly hand it over. And we have the energy of the masculine being it's not even a crossroads, it's like he's down, he's at the end. I can't even say the end of the road. No, because he's closer than that. So there's this energy of wanting to get up close and personal. So like stubbornness just prolongs this, because there are plans. I said you want to maybe plan for a brighter future, and it's like as quick as it happens. Yeah, you put the plans into motion. This knight's been planning for a long time. I can hear kiddies all day today. You put the plan into motion. Let's have a look at this outcome. Why? Because you want to see life through the eyes of a child. And it's kind of like, what do they see? And can you make that a brighter vision for them? Amidst all this chaos. Charging in. That's about being a knight in shining armour. Who's the masculine doing it for? There's lots of reasons why he has the intention of moving forward towards a legacy. That's what this whole reading feels like. There's a tower moment, so there's big, massive shift. The tower steps in when you're on the wrong path. And it says, hey, you're on the wrong path. We sent you so many warnings. And if it gets so bad, it just means that you've been negligent. in your awareness, in the signs. You chose to ignore them when you knew you should have been paying attention. And it's like, okay, so you're on the wrong path. We are going to move you on the right path. Things could get a bit shitty, choppy, painful. But where you're going, soon, that will no longer matter. How nice is that to know? So let's have a look at the emotion cards. Worried. Soon that will be in the past. You'll have no need to worry about anything. So, worried. Exhausted. Aren't we all? Exhausted about being worried. And don't worry about things that you have no control over. You have control over you and your thoughts and your point of focus and what energy you're emitting. And you're flattered. That's nice, because you will receive compliments. And that's nice, we got paranoid in reverse. Okay, no longer paranoid. Carry on shining. Lover's Oracle. Half the deck again. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. And that just made my heart feel soft. Like it's just all this, puts all this in the trash. This is just trash. Look what's coming. Give thanks. And you have to appreciate it before it's actually arrives, okay, guys? Like, you've got to feel it. You know it's coming. And you're like, I love this feeling. So give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Go and kiss a tree. Hug a tree. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. I feel like, sorry, yeah, you can see that part. She's kissing the tree and it was a love heart, and it's like she's going to kiss it all better. But you've got to rip that plaster off quickly. Just do it quickly. Then you need to let it get some out. Okay. I would like to pull an oracle of shadows and light. Maybe a postcard from Spirit. That's fine. I'm trying to get the cards out like they're quite compactly. Oh, jeez, what have I done here? I thought, oh, I just need. Interesting, because the two decks that were kind of blocking it was Message from Heaven and a postcard from Spirit. But I want to have a look at the Oracle of Shadows and Light. Okay. Well, at least we know the next two steps forward. The doggy out there barking. There's a little sign. It's 1744. Oh, these cards feel really nice and light, really light. That one there? I only want to take one. Yeah, that one. Let me come then. Mildew Fairy. It's clean up time. It's clean up time. Card number 15. That's the number of the devil. So they say. Add them together and you get a 6, which is the number of love. So let's focus on that. About the Mildew Fairy. Some things just look like they're yuck, but they're not. They're very good things, and they can be, excuse me, and they can be powerful and helpful when used in the right way. So if the Mildew Fairy turns up in your reading, it's time to check out what could be profoundly useful for you, which you've dismissed. And this could be an aspect of yourself or an aspect of the environment you're in. It's very important not to try to hide this from yourself or to cover it up. The health of the situation rests upon the degree of openness you approach it with. The mildew fairy speaks. It always shocks me when people think something shouldn't be there, like me. I grow naturally where it's warm and wet, and I love to show you what you may need to take care of. I can do wonderful things. I can be medicine, and I can be a parasite too. But all the time, I'm showing you what is going on, what you need to change, and whether the conditions are a little too steamy for you. If they are, you can freshen up your environment naturally. Don't clean or use harsh chemicals or bleaches, as you'll kill all that is helpful and good. You see, I turn up when something is unhealthy and you just aren't noticing or getting it. So be thankful for my presence and build a little algae or fungi pond in my honour, or treat yourself to some tasty mushrooms. They are all healthy ways to honour me, and do not step thoughtlessly into that fairy ring. It's all about me being in the right place, and don't ignore me. Right now, something really does need to be cleaned healthfully before it begins to affect you. The divination message. Think of ways to decrease stagnant moisture, which is stuck emotions, and increase airflow, fresh thinking, in your home and environment. When the mildew fairy comes to pay a visit, it's likely things are a little stagnant, a little over emotional, and that fresh, new air and thoughts need to be brought in to clear the situation up. She can mean a fresh way of thinking, or a fresh point of view, or a release of emotions that could be pooling in one area. Her appearance never means covering up. It means working with the environment you find yourself within. Like the mildew fairy said, a little of her can be medicine, and a great deal of her can be maddening. Where she turns up will tell you lots about what needs a fresh new approach in your life. And if she is inside, lurking in cupboards or in the bathroom, instead of decorating pebbles by a pond, you know that the presence of unhealthful energy needs to be addressed, not rationalised and excused, and never ignored. Interesting message. Okay, messages from heaven. What's with these cards wanting to kind of split in half? And okay, there's this energy of you only know half of the story. Okay, explore new ventures, move forward with confidence. We are with you. Someone could be taking a trip. It's like a fishing trip here, a boat trip. There's a seal sanctuary, I think. Trips to seal. SLAN. Okay. What's it say on this card? Here for, I think that real island? Seal Island. Oh, off the Seal Island. This 3.5 mile coastal cruise to see the grey Atlantic. Okay. Look for fishing. These 2-hour trips. Oh, look for fishing. Book here for fishing. Look for fishing. Well, we've seen the page of the page of cups in the current energy of a fish. Book here for fishing. These 2-hour trips of mid-sea drift fishing is suitable for all the family. There is expert supervision on board, all tackle supplied. Keep all you catch. The next trip, you can't see when the next trip is. It's like these eyes in the in the book. What card number is it? It's card number 1. You need never feel alone. Trying new things is exciting, but always easier when you have a friend along for the ride. Imagine that your loved ones are with you in just the same way they would have been in your life. They are standing by your side, encouraging you. Go on, they say. You can do it. You can do it. Right, message from heaven. Well, that's what we've just done. We've got a postcard from Spirit, and I'm going to leave this reading there. There. I'm trying to see what this says. I don't even want to guess, I don't think. I think it says you are pure joy. There's just some gaps between the joined up writing at the bottom here. Filling in the gaps. Dear you, now is one of those times you're being asked to add some distance. Take a step back. Divine Feminine, take a step back. And do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it will take to regroup. Just know it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath. Slow down and look at how far you've come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. When you step into the role of observer, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows your soul to be an essential part of the information gathering and decision making process. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. We know you'll make the right choice. Trust us when we say, now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now. You will be glad you did. Love you. Okay. Good message to end on. I picked that up yesterday about not getting too close to the fray. Step back, Divine Feminine. The Divine has this in order. Okay. Guys, have yourself a lovely day, and I will catch up with you soon. It was a long reading. Okay, take care. Much love. Bye for now.